Welcome back to Conversation with Cardinal Dolan. I'm Monsignor Jim Vaughn. We now welcome David Dziena, who is the Vice President of Publishing for Bayard Incorporated. They put together Living with Christ, which a lot of you use when you go to Mass and when you pray at home. Cardinal Dolan appeared in the August issue, and this is the first entry that has become a new feature focusing on bishops. He's going to talk about that today with His Eminence. Thanks for being here today. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Oh, we are happy to have you, Dave.
Thank
you for what you do at Bayard.
Thank you.
Monsignor and I have often, especially in the Eucharistic Revival, one of the things that I think has enhanced our people's appreciation of the mystery, the message, the gift of the Holy Eucharist, are these beautiful helps that we have. And you do a lot through Bayard.
Yes.
Go through some of the, well, I love the Living with Christ, okay? I love Magnificat, too. I'm just glad people are using one of them. Living with Christ. I didn't know about the Sunday Missal here. Wouldn't this be a good Christmas gift? Call now and get So, how did you get involved, and how did Bayard get involved in all?
Well, years ago, I'd say, 25 years in the U.S. Living with Christ has been published. This year is the 25th year. It started in Canada with the Novalis Publishing, which Bayard acquired several years ago.
And where are the offices, Dave?
My office is at Assumption University in Worcester, Mass.
Oh, my.
Yeah, because the Living with Christ, Bayard, all part of the...
Who's the president there now?
Now it's Greg Wiener. It's the first Jewish president of the Catholic College.
And before him was?
Cesare, Father...
and who was the great friend of
Bishop
Bishop Murphy that was president?
Yeah, Francesca, yes.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
So the offices are there.
Yes.
And did the Assumptionists have anything to do with this magnificent apostolate that you have?
Yes, it's actually wherever the Assumptionists are, that's where Living with Christ is throughout the world.
Uh-huh.
So Africa, as we talked about His Eminence before, in Vietnam, in the Philippines, in France, of course, that's where Bayard's home offices are, and Canada and the U.S.
Okay. Now, we've talked before. So I'm older than you guys, a lot older. I'm 74. When I was a boy, you always had a missal. Mm-hmm. You would kind of get a children's missal at your first communion, but when your folks and the teachers thought, usually third or fourth grade, can you remember, Liz? No, it was that you would get a missal, and you were beautifully able to follow the Mass. Since the Mass was in Latin, you could do the prayers, you could do the readings. I sometimes think I paid more attention to the Mass then. That kind of fell out after the Council, but alleluia, they've come back in these magnificent. Yeah. But what I appreciate, Dave, is the amount of other filler that's in there. Not just because you asked me to write, but you put meditations and lives of saints. Who decides that?
I think basically the editorial team. We kind of borrow from each other around the world. We meet once a year in January in France at our Paris office, and we talk about what's coming for the year. We share ideas. So that's one of the main reasons. But this idea about speaking, the bishops having a feature, really came from the shift in media with CNS now part of OSV and now part of the USCCB, and the digital age of communications. We're trying to figure out the best ways to get the average Catholic, the ones who go to church or may not go to church, to hear more from the Pope and bishops, their messages.
Thank you for that. Yeah. It's a great lesson in evangelization. I'm always surprised, grateful when I go visit people, how many people have Living with Christ, or how many people would have and how many people actually prepare the readings on Sunday, you know? Right?
Yes, absolutely.
And you have a little commentary on it?
Right, there's commentaries from variety, priests, religious, lay people. That's something that we've had for many years. The Sunday Missal covers just the Sunday Masses with the Sunday readings with reflections, but the monthly is daily Mass as well.
Now, thanks for putting the message in the bishops. Have you ever thought about recipes? Because Monsignor Vaughn is your man.
We could make that a special issue.
Oh, doggies! Maybe we missed it this summer with the loaves and the fish.
That's
true. With the importance of food, with the Holy Eucharist. Yeah. What about interesting too? Do you ever have tough decisions? Now I'm a little ticked off, not at you all, although I better make sure before I spout off here. I think it's Magnificat. I'm ticked off because August 5th or September 5th, they didn't have the Feast of Mother Teresa. Oh. Do you guys?
Yeah, you put me
Before
on the
I throw
spot.
you out?
You put me on
No,
the
I'm
spot.
just,
I don't.
because I thought, why is that? And then somebody said,
It's probably not officially in the
theirs
missal.
isn't either. No. You know why? I don't think it's on the universal calendar. So I'm
That's it,
taking the
right.
answer out. Is that why?
Yeah, when you go to your November meeting, you can bring it up.
Didn't
that's
we
what
last
happens.
time? You
I
do
thought
the
we voted
meetings.
on- yeah, I thought you guys voted
I
on it.
think we
Yeah.
voted for putting it in. Who can kick her out for crying out loud?
Exactly.
She's not in. Who's, you know it?
Right. That's true.
No, but who makes those decisions? So,
We follow with the the Office of Worship from the USCCB.
yeah. Blaming us again.
Yeah.
That's why you need the bishop's column.
Here's what I've often wondered. What about the music? Who picks that? You got your own.
Well, for Living with Christ, we don't put music in regularly. Now, some other missals do, like you were mentioning about Magnificat or Give Us This Day. There's different, I say, charisms. Would all have the mass readings and prayers, but some would have music. Some would have different types of devotionals or devotions to saints. I think we're the only one that have messages from bishops.
Hot diggity.
So we try, like, what stands out, what makes us stand out different. We're also more affordable than
Yes,
our
you are.
competitors, so that's also helpful people.
What do you find? Would you find who your biggest customers? Would parishes get Living with Christ in for the people, or do they say to the people you should order these?
It's a little bit of both, I'd say. I think it's mostly individual subscriptions, but we have quite a few parishes that order what they call bulk subscriptions and give it out to, or have it available at.
Because I'm wondering, most parishes, Monsignor Vaughn, have the pamphlet, the missalettes.
Correct.
Do you put those out at all?
No, but that's.
But I've often wondered, why don't they just
Well,
get
I'd love
these?
to put our Sunday Missal in the pew on.
Wouldn't that be
annual.
good?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You're kind of thinking, and they'd say on page so-and-so of the missal, you'll find.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
Some do
get-
that in our Living Faith daily devotional. That's another one that people will put either individual subscriptions or parishes will buy and leave in the back of the church for people. We did that quite a bit. Yeah, we do have a special. I do want to offer for people get a free copy of September issue. I better
How
share that.
can they tune in to get that?
You go to Bayard Faith Resources, one
It's
word, BAYARD, Faith Resources, all one word, .com, and the promo code, very simple, LWCCD, so Living with Christ, Cardinal Dolan. That was the promo. How about that?
And that's so you get a free September.
copy of
Hurry
September
up,
issue,
folks.
yes.
3 days are already gone. Isn't that something?
Yes.
And please,
Excellent.
God, they might say, I like this.
hope
I
so.
sure do.
Thank you.
So thank you for
Thank
your
you.
good work.
Thank you,
Thanks for
man.
your
That's-
work of evangelization. Carry our appreciation back up in the Fall River.
Thank you.
Yeah, did they just get a new bishop or no?
No, not
No,
Fall River,
okay.
you know.
Yeah, all right.
You may know something we don't. We'll see. Conversation with Cardinal Dolan.